Hi everyone, welcome. We're back. We're back
We
after our
are.
like a month.
It's been a little bit of a hiatus. I think we were just busy with some stuff and trying to figure out the show in general. And
Yeah,
we
yeah,
had a little talk about what we were gonna do. And I mean, it seemed like a good time to bring it back. That Pride Month hype.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
right.
I have my Pride T-shirt.
I
I
don't.
love
My
it.
shirt has a coffee on it. I have the Pride shirt, but
Yeah,
I don't have it with you. You can't really see it in Ash's
I know
like
the
video there, but there
yeah.
is a trans. There's a trans
There's a
flag under the little glitch.
yeah. I really like it.
Dealio, yeah.
Um, I think my only we'll talk about like sort of the wider like Twitch Pride thing in a bit, but I just want to say I really wish this came in black.
Right? Me too. 100% would wear it way more.
Yeah. Um, but otherwise, it's good t-shirt. It's good. Um, so tell me, Elf. It's been a
Yeah.
month. What have you been up to?
What have I been up to in a month?
Yeah,
Well,
for the whole entirety of May.
LARP, obviously.
Yeah, you went on like a big like 4 day event or something.
I did, yeah, and I got mad sunburn. But it's cool. I
Mm-hmm.
came back from it more unscathed. And then this last weekend was another game, and this last weekend was the like farewell game for the Edmonton chapter because like the ownership has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where it was a big like sort of hullabaloo hurrah event. You know what I mean? Like where like a bunch of stuff happened, and eventually we lost and got driven off the island by an undead army. It was pretty great.
That sounds pretty great.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then this weekend I have another game. I got a lot of
Cool.
games.
So many games.
Well, it's like one of those things where I'm like so glad that it's gone from I have one game to I have so many choices I can't go to all of them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's really good.
Because then I can start curating by quality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than going to the only choice. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah. I mean, so I've been doing that. Siobhan moved back last month, so she's back from like London or
Mm-hmm.
what have you, and so she's been around a lot, and that's been really fun. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen my cute pictures on Twitter or whatever with her, you should check that out.
Mm-hmm.
She is cute, and I am cute, so the pictures are double
Yeah.
cute.
It warms my
Um,
cold dead heart.
so we're together, and that's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of months now, so it's good. Um, and then what else did I do? Played through the Dark Souls remaster. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
was. Is that like worth it?
No, no, it's
Yeah,
not.
I was. I feel like the only.
It is literally just buy a game and instead of having to use DS Fix, spend $30 extra.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
feel like the
that's all
biggest,
it is.
like the only quality of life change I feel like they made is being able to use multiple soul items.
The 60 frames per second is pretty nice too.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I guess I haven't seen because I watched you and I watched Adam play some of it, and I haven't seen any of like the really laggy sections of
yeah,
the game.
Blighttown doesn't chug your system anymore,
That's
which is
pretty
kinda
good.
nice. At least it didn't for me.
Yeah.
And then after having done that, people were like, "Wait, have you played all the Dark Souls stuff?" I'm like, "I haven't played the Dark Souls 3 DLCs, so now we're doing that."
The Dark Souls 3 DLC is like peak Dark Souls.
I haven't played the DLC, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to just like load up an old character and then like
Yeah,
play the
yeah.
DLC. So we're doing a whole playthrough.
Yeah. So like Ashes is kind of gross in places. Like the enemy placement is weird, and the map is really strange. It took me
I
a
mean,
while to work out how to get around it.
yeah, I heard that
Um,
Ashes of Ariandel was kind of like
hmm.
half-assed.
But the
Um,
Ringed City
why I never got it.
is so good.
Yeah.
I could play just that DLC over it.
Everybody's really hype about this vampire game that just came out as well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I'm once again not hyped because it forces me to be this one protagonist dude. It
Mhm.
just like I don't know. I don't like games that do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. But I also will probably check it out at some point. I'm just
Yeah.
not like I'm not gonna spend $65 on it.
Yeah, no, that was my thinking as well.
I've also heard that the combat is basically Assassin's Creed combat, which is like the shallowest thing I've ever heard of. So
yeah.
I'm not really interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that's me. What about you, Ash? What have you been doing?
I have been playing so much BattleTech. So much BattleTech. As soon as it came out, I think I've maybe done 2 streams or something since it's been out that haven't
been BattleTech.
BattleTech. Yeah. It is absorbing all of my time, and it's shallow in some places.
Yeah, I found it to be difficult to play a lot of.
Mm-hmm. I feel like where I am now, the game has the difficulty curve has stopped.
Okay.
Because it gets to a point where the campaign just gives you your first assault mech, and then you're like, oh well, I guess I crush everything now.
Yeah, I mean, I got to that point.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and I feel like if I'm tempted to like complete the campaign and then download some mods, and I really want. I think that what will really improve the difficulty curve of that game is weight limits on missions.
Yeah.
I don't know how they'll justify it like lore wise, but being able to say, okay, this mission you can only take 250 tons of mechs, and forcing you to have like medium mechs and light mechs in your loadout will make the game better, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree that like limitations in that way will probably be helpful. Because otherwise you just bring 4 assault mechs every time. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
For any mission.
Yeah.
Fine.
Which is what I've been doing. It's just.
I mean, me too. Yeah. When I played it, and I found losing in that game to be super frustrating. Like when you lose, it isn't fun. You know, like
it's like.
Whereas in XCOM, when I lose, I'm like, fuck, and I'm salty, and it's like bad. Whereas when I lose in BattleTech, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel as good. And I think that's because you can't rename stuff. Like you can't rename your pilots.
Yeah, that's apparently coming in patches and stuff, but it should have been in there straight away. Really, it's something that's so simple.
Yeah, it's hard to care about random people.
So one thing that did bug me is the game does the great thing of you don't pick like your character's like sex, you just pick what their pronouns are, which I think is great. It's a great like change to previous games with that kind of character creation.
Yeah,
but it never comes up. No one, literally not in a single line of dialogue has anyone ever used the pronoun I chose for my character.
So it doesn't actually matter.
And when characters come through, when you're hiring mercenaries, like it doesn't use pronouns for them either, really, unless you like choose to like dig into like their pilot history and everything.
Their pilot history, yeah.
Which I'm like, I don't care. This one's got 6 tactics already. Of course I'm gonna pick it. But yeah, otherwise I've been really enjoying it. So I've been doing that. I had 2 front page streams during May. I was only meant to have 1. I was streaming on the day before I was supposed to be on the front page and being like, I'm just gonna have a chill out. We're just gonna play some. I think I played some Stellaris. And 5 minutes into my stream, my chat goes crazy. Like my Discord blew up with all my mods going, "Why are we on the front page right now?"
Yeah.
So that was insane. And then I did it again on the Friday for like Twitch Unity Day, which was really good. And I've been kind of riding that for the past like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I have my front page thing is coming up. I think next Monday. I'm pretty sure Monday at 8 in the morning. So, cool.
Yeah. I have another one for this month in like 2 weeks.
Nice. Yeah,
that was really good. I really enjoyed it. I like I really enjoyed being involved in like the whole Unity thing. Like I've met a bunch of other great streamers that I've been like throwing hosts at, and
Sure,
all that.
yeah.
It's been great.
I mean, that's good. Like
Yeah,
if it brings people together, then it's achieving its goal.
Yeah, exactly.
In that regard.
Mhm.
I do think that Twitch Unity is far too large of an umbrella to matter.
Yeah. So I feel like the one day where it's just like, oh, I guess we've got like 8 slots for the front page. Let's just put a trans person and a woman and a person of color and gay man.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like
Yeah.
the Twitch Pride Month stuff is going on right now, which is like all the gay stuff, quote unquote. But that like I feel like Twitch Unity is this big umbrella that's basically like, and for all the people who aren't white men,
Yeah,
like,
that's what it felt like.
Pretty much what it is.
Yeah. And if you went, I don't know if anyone braved going into the comments on like the Twitter posts and stuff.
I certainly did not.
And half of it is like, oh, why don't you have any white straight guys involved, huh? Like, because it's not for you, damn it.
Because they don't need to be.
Yeah. Exactly.
The gay stuff, yes, exactly,
yes.
Chad.
Okay, so shall we talk about what is like Twitch Pride Month and what's going on?
Yeah, we can.
We're kind of on that already.
Let's do it. Let's do it, friends. Let's talk about. Yeah.
So one of the things that in the lead up to Pride Month on Twitch is both me and Elf and a bunch of other creators were contacted.
Get an email.
Got an email. And they were like, "Can you film us some promo material?"
Would you record us answering? Would you record yourself answering these questions for us, please?
Yeah. And then they took all of the videos from like 30 different people and compressed it down into one like 3-minute video.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be nice for sort of Elf and I to go through the questions that we got. And give like our own answers so that we can.
You know what's really funny? I never saw that video. I looked for it.
Yeah.
But I never saw it, which to me speaks to how many people actually saw it because I was looking.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things. But yeah, let's go through the questions totally. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about what we said about them.
Yeah. So the first sort of thing they wanted us to do was just like introduce ourselves, and tell us our story, which is the vaguest. Like. Yeah.
When you're angling for a first question, tell us your story. Well. Sit down, my friends. It's gonna be a long fucking video.
It all started in the year 1991. You see, my mother was pregnant.
I mean, we get what they mean, right?
Yes,
they want to hear it. They want to hear about our gay story.
Yeah,
is what they want to hear about. So we get it.
Mm-hmm.
But our queer story, but still, it's kind of a big general question. Full of lots of possible answers.
Mm-hmm.
Without much direction. So you're gonna get a different thing from like everyone, right?
So for me, when I was answering this, I went for just like I listed off my labels. And did some explaining around those labels. I found myself more and more using just queer as like an umbrella label for myself, in the sense that I can say I just kind of identify as queer, and then I don't have to justify anything.
I think what I did, and I don't really remember because I think I did it all in one take and then sent it, sort of thing. but
That's what
because
I
I
did,
wanted it,
yeah.
I wanted it to be genuine, right?
Yeah.
But I think what I did was I said like, "Hi, I'm Elf. I'm a trans girl. I, pursued my transition while I was a streamer."
Mhm.
And that was very interesting and difficult, but also super cool. And it speaks to Twitch's community and blah blah blah, all that kind of crap, right? I said, more
Yeah.
eloquently when I
Yeah.
actually did it, but I don't
Yes.
feel the need to be necessarily as eloquent in this situation. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think for me, I talked like more generally about like the history of my stream. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, and the history of me briefly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't spend too much time on like labeling stuff,
Mhm.
if only because I didn't think it would get used anyway.
Yeah. Yeah,
So.
I wasn't really thinking about what they might or might not use. I was yeah, just like stream of consciousness into this
Yeah.
video.
No, I get it.
So
what was the next one? Or do we have more to do about this one? Did you
no, I don't really have anything else.
No.
On that one. So
the next one is that we're supposed to tell us about a time where you felt different and potentially alone for being who you are.
I found that one really difficult. Yeah.
Well, the thing about this question, right, is most of the time, like other than specific moments where I felt like I was, with my community and hyper and cool and whatever, like I feel this is just one of those questions that when you're asking it from a position of privilege, you don't understand how ridiculous it is.
Mm-hmm.
like it's really it's kind of a funny question in terms of that, like I could mention pretty much any time, and it would have something to do with that, right? Because in existing, you feel those things.
Yeah. I feel like maybe there's something in this. I don't know what the I don't know what the phrase would be, like discrimination porn. I don't know, the idea that you're that try and verbalize my thought patterns, which is a useful, like tragedy porn, like they just want us to be able to say like, oh, this is a sad time.
This is a sad moment in our lives. Yeah. It's very
and kind of the assumption that as queer people we must have experienced that at some point, which isn't
necessarily true, but what I would say is there's a lot of micro exactly this. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to say like, oh man, that one time where I was like totally alone and deep in the darkness. You know what I mean? Like, but it is very easy for me to say there are a bunch of times where I felt really uncomfortable. You know, like, and it's kind of the way it is, right? Like, and that's gonna be different for everybody, of course.
Yeah.
But this is looking for some like grand moment that stands out as a horrible time for you.
Yeah, it's
whereas
not...
it kind of just is.
Yeah, I feel like maybe there's that people are maybe looking for like Hollywood movie. They're looking for the shot where you're standing in the rain and you've just been thrown out of the high school prom because you chose to wear a dress instead of a tux.
Your parents have just disowned you. That kind of stuff. Yeah. The last time I felt alone was when I was asked an incredibly leading question by a cishet person.
I think we should, before we continue, we should say we are ragging on these questions a bit for mostly comedic purposes.
Yeah,
and Brittany at Twitch has actually done a really good job with some of this stuff. But
it's fine.
Yeah,
there are a couple where I'm like, ooh, not sure about this one, but they're mostly okay. And it's just because like answering it from our specific point of view is quite difficult. Whereas like I'm sure that other people are like, oh yeah, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This question, right? Yeah. Like, disclaimer, we're just talking about the questions. Yeah. Our negative opinions should not bleed into them necessarily. It's just to talk about them. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
What else? What else we got?
So the next one is, tell us about a person who helped change your life.
Tell us about a person who helped change your life. Well, then that's just like pick a person that has been influential to you.
Yes. So I basically retold my coming out story, and I talked about my friend Robin, who
Sure.
cracked my egg. And told the story of how I sort of realized I was trans, and egg emote when I'm a partner, damn it, we'll get an egg emote.
But I feel like for me, this question, I think I answered it by saying like there can't possibly be only one person. Like I can't tell you the story of the one person who influenced me to break through into a place that was much better, you know. But I can tell you about the like 20, 30, 40 people that over the course of my existence have made it better. You know what I mean? Like as I have met them.
Yeah.
And as I know them. And having known them, they've helped me. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot of like, it isn't about one single person. It is about my community who are awesome. Like the people around me, the people I interact with who are good. And if a person isn't a positive influence in my life, I don't want to be near them.
Yes. Yeah.
You know? And so I try and fill my whole life with people who, you know, inspire and influence me. And it changed my life, you know, because change is good.
So on this topic, when I was doing, so I had to do a bunch of this stuff for Twitch Unity Day as well. And so one of the questions in there was, who inspired you to start streaming? And I, of course, being the giant dork, was hoping if I say Elf and they put it in a video, Elf is going to freak out when she sees it. So I did this, and I recorded my little segment saying I was inspired to start streaming by Distracted Elf because she's great, and I was like, she can do it. I can like follow her example and do it myself. But
you're right.
There is also a blooper which I will put it on Twitter later if I remember, where instead of saying the person who inspired me was Distracted Elf, I said the person who distracted me was Distracted Elf.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I am also distracting. Yes. Distracting and influential. Thank you. Yes. Perfect. The person who distracted me was Distracted Elf. Yeah. It's a little redundant, but you know, it gets the point across. So.
Yeah. I'll put that video on Twitter later so people can see it.
Do we want to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
I got the next one. So the next one was, what advice do you have for others who may feel isolated and scared for being LGBTQIA? What advice do you have, Ash?
So I think my clip for this question got put into
the video.
And I said something that was like, you know, all of the stuff that you're going through, is hard, but people have done it before, and the people who have been through the same stuff you have are out there, and if you can reach out and you can find them, they'll be willing to support you. Like, you can come to streamers on Twitch who are going through the same stuff and talking about it, and that can be a really like helpful way and of exploring your own thought patterns and all that. I don't remember. I said it in a way more eloquent way.
I think for me, I mean, what you're saying is good, right? Like, and a lot of it is like, I get why that would make it into the video. You know what I mean? I think for me, what I said was, don't despair. You know, like, don't despair. It gets better, and it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to be in a bad place. But know that bad place will become a better, more tolerable place as you grow and as you continue to be the person that you are, because like your community changes around you, you know, like you can only interact and you only will interact with people who better you. So it will be better later. it may be shitty now, but it will be better later.
Mhm.
And I can say this from experience.
Yeah.
Like that's basically what I said, I think.
Yeah. I think
Um,
that got used in the final video.
Oh, did it?
I think I remember you saying
Do I have
watching you
to
say that.
do I have to like watch this? I don't even know where this video is.
It's on the Twitch blog that not very many
like,
people
that
actually read.
nobody watches or
Yeah.
reads. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, so if I could give advice, give constructive criticism to Twitch, I would say they just need to like blast their Twitter account way more than they do.
Or just like just tweet it out like directly.
Yeah. I feel like Twitch only really tweets stuff like once a day, when on these kinds of events you want to like be putting stuff out all the time. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard to say.
Mhm.
But I think those are the things that we said for that stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that anyone in that community is going to say a similar thing, right? Like
Yeah,
when it's like, do you have advice for others who may be isolated and scared? I can't imagine a single person I know going, give up. You know what I mean? Like, turn back.
Yeah.
This sort of thing. Like, it's like a little bit of a leading question, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we want the answer that you want to give. Please give us that answer, which I mean is good, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to post these in chat because people are asking for it.
Oh, Elegant
that is not formatted at all.
Way to go. Elegant Syntax tried to post the link, but
Yeah.
couldn't get through for the video. We'll do it later. It's
Yeah.
fine. Don't worry about it, team.
Yeah.
We're talking right now. I don't
Mhm.
want to watch a video right now.
Yeah.
I mean people who got this email, right? Like I mean I know people are shitty in real life and that exist and that will say these bad things. Definitely. But I'm talking about people who got this email to answer these questions.
Yes.
None of those people are people who are going to be like just fucking give up. You know, like
just there's just no point.
That's how I did it. You know, no.
Yeah.
No, it's like not gonna. It's gonna be supportive. We're here
Yeah.
for you. Like come be with us, and we will hug you and make sure everything is okay.
Yeah, look, listen, all of human life is basically meaningless anyway, so it doesn't actually matter what you do.
Yeah. Your life will be over before anyone even notices you were here. Dramatic.
Anyway.
All right. What else we got? Tell us what the LGBTQIA community on Twitch means to you. What does it mean to you, Ash?
The community means to me somewhere I can be myself, somewhere where I'm safe to express both the good stuff and the bad stuff. Like it's for me, if I'm having a bad dysphoria day or just a bad day in general, or I'm having crazy sexuality feelings and all that crap, like the Twitch community, like the LGBT community on Twitch being sort of the main like internet area I populate nowadays.
Sure, yeah,
is
Twitchosphere.
It's such a great place to be able to vent and get advice, and I think the best thing I found is people in this community respect when you don't want help. Like I can go onto my Discord and I can just be like, this was a really shit day and all of this crap happened, and just be like, I don't want any advice, I just want to fucking vent. And everyone is like, yeah, no, I feel you 100%. Just feel free to vent. But then when you do need advice, there's so many people like in this space who have gone through so many things, who are able to help out and stuff. And you know, it's nice not to have bullshit in your chat every day.
It's true. Yeah. It's weird for me, right? Because in terms of actively participating in the overall streamer community of like the LGBTQIA stuff, I don't really do a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
I have like friends like you or okay or like Steph or like these kind of people who are part of that community.
Yeah.
But I don't go there because they are that community. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I've always been kind of a person that just like everybody's like we should band together and whatever. I'm like I've been doing okay over here.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. You know. And like the community is great. I love the community. And like if we're talking about Twitch like viewers and like people in general who like populate these spaces, they're all the best people.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And that much I can definitely say like assuredly. But I don't spend a lot of time in like other chats, you know what I mean, or like unfamiliar chats, sort of thing. Like, I don't really do a whole lot about that,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest. So it's hard for me to answer this question, except to say that like my community and the people that come to my stream are great and awesome, and that the places I do go are great and awesome, and
Mm-hmm.
it's mostly just that like if you don't want to interact with idiots, you pick places where people talk about smart things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's it, really. Yeah. I don't have a lot to add to this one.
Yeah, I feel like so I've actually I'm a lot like you in that I don't like actively seek out new streamers and new chats to hang out in, but I've definitely found like the past like 2 weeks,
sure,
and with the Unity stuff and with the Pride stuff, going into people's chats who are also participating has actually been really nice, and it's nice to go in somewhere and have them recognize your name from the email and be like, oh, you're also doing the thing.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
And that is good, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's all good stuff. I'm not ragging on that at all. I think that reaching out is good. I think my mentality comes from having started streaming as not part of this community. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I was just like a regular white dude when I started. You know what I mean? And so I built up my community in that way, and then I didn't think to like start reaching out for support because I was already at a point where I didn't need to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So my experience is a little weird in that regard.
And I imagine. How long have you been a partner now?
Partner 4 years.
4 years.
And I've been a streamer for like 6.5, almost.
Yeah. So you're like old school Twitch.
Yeah, I've been around for a long ass time.
Yeah. The landscape, I feel like, of Twitch in general has changed so much, even in the last 2 years since I've been streaming. The landscape of Twitch has changed so much with the introduction of like affiliates and communities and so many other like bits and pieces that Twitch has introduced that it's hard really to compare the experience of streaming now to the experience of streaming 4 years ago or 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's apples and oranges. It's different. Not to mention just like in terms of like the amount of people on Twitch, like the amount of streamers, the amount of viewable content, the amount of quality that content has to have to be even slightly viable. There's so much has changed, right? That's just kind of how it is. But that's irrelevant to our current situation where we're just talking about these questions and and our experiences with them. Do we have another one?
Yeah, so the last one was another sort of vague one, which is like, is there anything you'd like to say to those watching? Like, remind people they are unique and they should be proud of themselves. And honestly, I don't... Anything I could say is just outweighed by what Adam did and just being like, I am Adam. You should come hang out. And I didn't really have anything intelligent to say to this question.
I mean, I basically said the same thing that I said for the what do you say to others who feel isolated and scared? Like, I am here for you, friendos. Come join me in my cabal of transness. Like, I am here. We will form a coven and then summon the dark powers to take over the world. You know, like
when are we getting on that, by the way?
It's like next Tuesday, I think.
Okay, great.
know, like I have to get the grimoire all set up, so
Mhm.
it's a whole thing,
Yeah.
right? Goat's blood is hard to acquire if you don't have a goat.
I guess there aren't many butchers that stock
Uh,
goats.
No, not really.
Mm.
But yeah, I think like for this stuff, it was like, you're doing great, team. Come be on my team too, because it's a good place if you want to hang out.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Like that's what I said. It's one of those things that's like, be all there for people. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
there for friends.
Yeah, I think I had an idea for what I wanted to say in like just being the, you're amazing and you're beautiful and I love you and you're great and it doesn't matter if things are hard, you can do it, kind of thing. But
Buck up, moron, you can do it.
Yeah. right, it
That sounds like something my dad would say. Get good, scrub. I don't know. I don't mean any of those things, team.
Yeah.
I'm just like rambling. You know what I mean?
Life's too hard, get good at life.
Life getting you down. Learn your fucking combos. Like, oh, you made a dexterity build when you wanted to make a strength build. It's too late now.
Yeah. That's the trans experience, right? Is you make your strength build all the way through the game, and then you get an Uchigatana, and you're like, I kind of want to do the dex now.
Do this now, but it takes you way longer to level up because you're higher level. Yeah. There, it's a great analogy.
Perfect.
You've been building off meta for the entire first portion of your life, and then suddenly you learn that you've been an idiot through this first portion, but you can't get rid of it. Good. Yeah. I'd love to get a reset skills potion. Yeah, me too. I would build all of my points into streaming and then just be the best streamer ever. Yeah. That's what I would do. Yep. You're right. Real life is just the Dark Souls of living.
Yes.
Anyway, that's enough of my Dark Souls parodying here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are like other things going on with Pride Month. Are you doing any charity raising stuff?
No, but I do have an announcement.
You do have an announcement.
I do, and it is to do with Pride Month. So I guess this will be the premiere of me talking about this thing.
Yeah, go for it.
But so at the end of June, like the 21st to the 25th, I think. I'm not entirely sure the exact dates. I would have to look them up. Yeah, the 21st to like the 25th. I'm gonna be down in San Francisco. Yeah, at the Twitch headquarters, my friends. Because they invited me down there to talk about Twitch, Pride Month stuff on Twitch Weekly, and
nice,
and also to be on a panel to talk to Twitch staff about being like an LGBTQIA streamer on their platform. So I'll be down in San Francisco at the end of June. Well, not the end of June, but you know what I mean, like near the end of June. So I'm also doing that. I'm going to their like party thing as well, and I'm gonna be marching with them in the San Francisco Pride Parade.
That's so cool.
And of course this is all paid for by them. They're right. Like, we'll pay your airfare, we'll pay your hotel. Come on down, do this business with us. And I'm like, yeah,
nice,
all right, done.
So I think I asked you this the other day. You haven't done a Pride Parade before, have you?
Never. Yeah, I've never even been to one. So it's gonna be.
I've done Pride festivals.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. But no, that sounds rad. Do you know anyone else who's doing that, or can you?
I don't know who else is doing it. I can't say. It says three people, so like me and two other people, but I don't know who those two other people are. So it's gonna be interesting.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, that sounds rad.
So
are you gonna do any crazy dressing up for the Pride Parade?
I wasn't intending to,
Okay, you don't have to.
but I don't know. Maybe.
I have so I'm going to London Pride this year, because I'm marching with the LGBT STEM group that I do a bunch of volunteering with.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty much planning. I've got my. I don't know if I have the shirt to hand anywhere, but I have a shirt that says, "Are you Psy Curious?" Which is I love, which I've made into a tank top. And then I'm just gonna body glitter. I'm gonna buy a bunch of body glitter, and I'm gonna make myself into a living trans pride flag.
All right then.
It's gonna be great.
That's more than I would do. But that's that's because I've always been like sort of reserved in the whole like, and I'm here thing.
Yeah,
like I don't.
We're here, we're queer. Get used to it.
I mean, I exist, and if you question my existence, I will smash you with a hammer. But I generally don't. I generally don't like do all that stuff. So it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be good, and I'm looking forward to seeing.
That sounds great.
I'm looking forward to seeing who I end up doing stuff with.
I will try and either stay up late and watch the Twitch Weekly or watch it afterwards. I don't think I've ever watched Twitch Weekly.
No, me neither, really.
Yeah.
Am I gonna be live streaming any down there? Ofo asks. Probably not. If only because how?
Yeah.
Unless I get some time at Twitch HQ and there's some solution there. But
that might be something you can ask about.
I don't really know what my plan is.
But it might just be nice to have like a holiday though, right?
Yeah, but holidays lead to sub count drops, and then I fucking cry myself to sleep every day.
Oh, okay.
That's because I live on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stressful.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's cool. I'm really excited to go down. It's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And you know how I said the whole thing where I was like, I can't talk about this, but it's gonna be really cool. This was only one of those things. I have another one, but I can't talk about it yet, so I can't do it. I can't do it right now. So that's just the hype up for the next announcement.
For the next thing. So I'm not. So we both have front page streams coming up this month. Yours is on the 10th, you said?
Mine is on the 11th.
Yours is on the 11th. Mine is on the 19th. Which is technically 2 weeks from now, which is technically when we'd be doing another trans agenda. So
are we? Is that our plan? We're gonna trans agenda the front page.
Maybe it's a 2-hour slot, and I don't know if we can.
We could 2-hour power
we could
hour transit, especially on the front page. Can you imagine what the chat is gonna look like? It's gonna be great.
Yes. Okay. I'll see if I can find someone else who's interested in
being on the front page. Yeah, lots of people.
Yeah, and we'll see if we can do a transgender front page madness stream.
2 hours of power.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it'll be good. So what's your vibe on the whole Twitch Unity Pride Month, which is separate obviously, but like what's your vibe on that whole thing? Because I'm interested in how much you you buy into that stuff, so to speak. Like what's your deal?
The idea of it I love. I love like diversity initiatives, and anything that boosts the voices of like minorities. I'm really into it. I love it when companies that have platforms are able to like use those and direct it to good causes. but the other side of that is whether like Twitch are being effective, and whether they're like backing up like the public face of what they're saying they're doing.
I mean, and this is where I get into it too, right?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, in theory, fuck yeah, but in
Mhm.
practice, one day, you know what I mean? Like, at least it was,
Yeah.
you know, like, or whatever. We got the months coming up, but that's like a separate thing, you know. That's like
Yeah.
a global thing. Whereas with the Twitch Unity stuff, it's like, yeah, celebrate differences and then go back to supporting only these people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
is sort of the way that it always feels like.
I think there's some from what I understand, like the Pride Month stuff, and like Twitch has done like Black History Month, and Women's History Month, and that comes under the Unity like umbrella.
Yeah, the Unity banner. Yeah.
And the past events have been pretty good. I don't know how much like staying power those initiatives have, in the, you know, you do a Black History Month event and then you don't listen to the black community on Twitch telling you that XYZ streamers are being really racist.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's I don't know how you fix it with a platform this big. And yeah,
that is the question.
Yeah, really, all Twitch can do is say is like keep boosting voices and trying to get people out there who are boosting the messages that Twitch wants to put across, that diversity is a good thing, and like, it's obvious that the people at Twitch want to have a diverse platform, and the people running Twitch are mostly good people who want to see more women.
This is
more, yeah.
This is also one of those huge points where it's like, I think their intentions are great.
Mm-hmm.
Intentions are they're what they're doing, and the direction that they're pointing things in is fucking fantastic. It just comes down to whether it gets backed up. You know what I mean? Like, when it isn't the special event time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. That's definitely my thought on it.
I will say though, fucking love that they have new Pride emotes.
Yeah, thank God for that.
So good. And
is the other one gone though?
No.
Still bad.
Kappa Pride is still a thing.
Kappa Pride is the worst emote in the entire emote system. Get rid of it. It's terrible. It is used only for trolling.
Yeah. I will say though, Twitch 100% ripped off my emote.
Yep.
I should sue Twitch.
I mean, to be fair, their emote is just their one from last year.
Yeah, it's the same one.
With some colors in the middle.
But yeah, I love that they did that, and I love that they're not temporary, and they're gonna stay around. And yeah, they need to get rid of Kappa Pride now, because it's just not.
It's
not a good emote.
I think I'm like the only trans streamer that I know that doesn't have a trans emote flag. I don't know. Yeah. I never felt the need for such a thing.
I don't think Kaylee has one.
Maybe not. Yeah.
But I guess it's one of those things when you're an affiliate and you only have 3 slots.
Yeah,
some people want to use other things.
I don't know. It's just a thing. Like, I'm randomly considered that I haven't done that, nor have I thought about ever doing that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't think it would fit your color scheme.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, right? the pink, the pastel colors going with your current emotes, I don't think would work. But
well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So what else we got, Ash? Anything else we want to open it up?
So like charity wise, like I'm doing the Human Rights Campaign fundraiser this month. So I'm aiming to raise $500, which I think I can do in a month. And so my idea is if I hit $250, I'm gonna do a 12-hour stream, because I like doing 12-hour streams anyway, and I need to justify myself to do it, because generally I don't have 12 hours to spare. But if we hit $500, if we hit the $500 goal, I'm gonna be running a Monster Hearts one-shot, which Elf is gonna be in.
I am,
which is going to be great.
I'm going to be in the thing!
We're still trying to, nail down the date for that.
I wonder if I'll play a ghoul again. Who knows?
But I've been playing a ton of Monster Hearts recently, with the Feelings First podcast. And it's such a good game. It's so good. And I haven't GM'd anything in nearly 6 months.
I understand. I also have a lack of GMing recently.
Yeah, my Pathfinder stream ended just before Christmas, and I think that was the last time I GM'd anything, so it's going to be good.
I think I GM'd Pathfinder last as well. Well, except for one-shots and stuff. But the last campaign I did, I think was Pathfinder as well. It's a long ass time ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the other thing, I have another thing I want to complain about.
Another thing, please.
So these shirts, like I said already, it's great that they're in black. That they're not. Hang on.
It's not great that they're not in black.
That's the one. Those words in that order.
Double negative.
The other thing that bugs me is because they're only available on the Twitch, Amazon marketplace, which I understand because all hail Jeff Bezos and our Amazon overlords. Please use Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime and use your free subs with your Amazon Prime. But the Amazon marketplace for Twitch stuff is only in the States.
Yeah.
So if my European fans wanted to buy a shirt, they're probably gonna have to pay stupid amounts of postage, which is kind of annoying. And defeats the purpose of Amazon, really.
Yeah, I definitely think the shirt should have been in black, or there should have been a different option for them to be in black, because white shirts are a thing that I'm just never gonna wear.
Yeah, I wear white shirts occasionally. I also don't like they only come in unisex cuts.
Yeah, that's also really terrible. It's like the baggiest, grossest looking shirt on me. But
this will probably end up being a pajama t-shirt.
Well, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Nobody's gonna see it. I'm not gonna advertise anything because I'm gonna sleep in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's all the random stuff to talk about.
I agree. I think we've managed to bust our way through this lovely Twitch Pride Month section of our program. What else have we got? Is that going to be it for today, or are we taking questions today?
We can take some questions from chat if you want to. If chat has anything.
Take a couple of. Well, let's see what chat offers us, right?
Yes, yeah.
Chat. What have you got on offer today? All right, spew forward to us your inquiries, and if I find them desirable, then I shall pontificate upon them. However, if they are not up to snuff, then we will have to snuff the stream. See what I did here? Yeah. I'm buying time. I'm buying time for somebody to say something that I can reply to. That's right. I'm very good at just talking forever. Don't worry about it. I keep it going. for as long as you like. Yeah. How cute is my SO? Exactly. Very cute. Siobhan is absolutely adorable. There are pictures on Twitter. You can see her. It's fine. Are these questions you wanted to see in the Twitch questions? Are there questions you wanted to see in the Twitch questions from Ofo? Ash, is there anything you wish they'd asked you that they didn't?
I feel like one thing that they really could have benefited from is asking for like coming out stories, because I think that there's something that is like a universal thing for like queer people. Like we all have our coming out story, and they're generally, most of the ones I've heard have been pretty entertaining, and I always find like they're always like really humanizing, and positive, and
yeah, I mean I think that's a good one, and I definitely think when they said tell us your story, they might have been thinking that.
yes, yeah.
But tell us your story is not the same as tell us how you came out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
not the same. So yeah, that could have been a good question, talking about like coming out stories. Totally, I agree with that one. Yeah. Is there anything else that I wanted them to ask? Not really. Not really. I'm actually really bad at talking about this stuff without having someone tell me what they want to hear. You know what I mean? Like, unless you ask me questions, I can talk about stuff that irritates me or that I can go on a little bit of a rant on for a little while. But other than that, like, it doesn't come to my brain to be like, I'll fill you in on all this basic shit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Spaceship Taka asked, what are your thoughts on hand jewelry?
Rings are fine.
Yeah,
I guess.
I mostly remember to put my engagement ring on in the morning. I didn't today.
The only ring I wear is for LARP.
Yeah,
it's magic.
What does it do? What's its magic power?
It allows me to cast an extra talisman a day. That's what it allows me to do.
Nice.
It's magic. But yeah, so rings are fine.
Yeah. I want to get some of those like end of finger rings that are like talons.
Those are terrible. So Ash Lexica of Dreams has got you mentioned that you're involved in some kind of LGBT STEM group. How'd you start getting involved with that kind of thing? Because she's always had trouble with it.
I got involved with this through almost chance, really. I got an email when I was working in my second year of my PhD. I got an email from someone saying, hey, there's this like LGBT STEM event in Sheffield this year. It's the second one we're doing. Do you want to come and give a talk? So I like submitted an abstract and got invited to go and talk at this event. And I just met so many like really rad people, and I was like, oh my god, I want to hang out with you all the time. And so I just started to going to more events. So I'm now pretty heavily involved in Pride in STEM, which is a UK-based charity for promoting LGBT diversity in science and technology. I've been asked to join them as like a signatory on the charity, which is something I'm going to be doing. But otherwise, it's been getting involved on Twitter and just finding people who are organizing events. And I've kind of in sort of, at least in the UK, like astronomy community, I've sort of made myself sort of known as someone who can like talk about diversity shit at conferences and stuff. So
I don't know if you guys know this, but Ashley Nova is a pretty big deal.
I'm a pretty big deal, but I can't get a fucking job.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but she is a big fucking deal. Sorry, Ash, I kind of cut you off there.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dr. Nova. Yeah.
It's my supervillain name.
So a friend of mine recently said something kind of shitty and unintentionally transphobic. What are your strategies for talking about people as such things? Skeva, if you want your friend not to say shitty transphobic things, you have to tell them, because they might not know that they're being shitty and transphobic by the way that they're saying. And if they don't take you telling them that necessarily, and then it maybe makes you uncomfortable, like, well, I don't know. I think you I can't really say what you should do so after that.
The trouble I've often found is when you try and, like, I used to be a very big advocate for just, like, call people out on their shit.
Sometimes you have to call people out gently, though.
Yes,
right?
Yeah, right. You've gotta know, like, the type of person and whether it's good to be able to like preface what you're gonna say and be like, hey, like this is coming from like a emotional like position for me, and like I need to like tell you how I'm feeling, and like this is what the things you said made me feel. I think is sort of the way to tackle that, rather than the shit you said was really horrible and you shouldn't have said it. Like sometimes it's better to like take it gently, even though you might be like angry and mad, because otherwise people get defensive, and then you can't.
And that's it, right? Like
mind, right?
There's a certain amount of like, you don't have to call them out for being transphobic. You can just be like, that made me kind of uncomfortable. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then they'll be like, I made my friend uncomfortable. I better listen to what they have to say so that maybe next time I won't. You know what I mean? Like, people don't like being called racist, even when they are racist. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where, like, you can call them out harsh and it's still true, but you can call them out soft and maybe get a better result.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
At least in my experience.
Yeah.
Though if they continue, then you just call them out harsh and be like, what the fuck, man? Could we not, please? Yeah, it's a good one. Cool.
So Elegant Syntax says, how could Twitch step up their Pride game? What's the next level?
I mean, I think it's not about stepping up their Pride game. It's about stepping up their support game. You know what I mean? Like, I could not give, and this is a very controversial opinion for all the people who are hype in chat right now about like Pride Month stuff and hype and really, you know, into that part of their identity as like a central thing. But I couldn't give less of a shit about Pride Month if the whole year people cared about Pride stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't give a shit about 1 month a year. I would like all the days, please, to be us having regular human rights.
Yeah.
And just like nice. Just like actively having the same support as people that aren't like us. You know what I mean? When there are big opportunities for like brand stuff or whatever, maybe come to us. Maybe don't only talk to me when you want to hear about gay stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that'd be really nice. Maybe send me an email about something that has nothing to do with the fact that I'm trans. That'd be sweet. I can tell you that Twitch doesn't do that.
Yeah. So this is something that I get in my STEM stuff as well, in that I get invited to go and talk to STEM conferences about diversity stuff. But, so I'm going to go on a tangent. Warning. I was at a big conference in Liverpool this year, which I think I've spoken about on the show before. But we had basically a day at this conference that was diversity and inclusion stuff. The problem was that all of the diverse minority scientists, all the queer people, all the people of color, all the women, were in one room talking about diversity and inclusion, whereas everywhere else there was science going on. And so there's like us talking about, oh no, like women aren't getting like included on panels and in science meetings and stuff too much. The problem was all of the women were in that room talking about it, and they weren't out in the science panels.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same problem here in that Twitch comes to us and is like, hey, we want you to like boost up diversity stuff for a month on Twitch, and we're like, okay, once we do that, can I have like a front page slot at like a normal time of the year? Maybe?
No.
Yeah. Like, could we maybe take into account that as a minority streamer, it's more difficult for me to hit 75 average viewers than a straight white guy playing Fortnite?
That's just my go-to for a popular game right now.
Yeah, it is the popular game. Do you remember when CS:GO was the popular game?
I do, yeah.
Oh,
I remember. But yeah, it's I think that's the thing, right? Like upping the Pride game isn't about continuing to up the Pride game in the Pride sections of stuff. I think upping the Pride game is making it not about Pride and making it about the people who maybe you might support through a Pride thing, but maybe like not that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
It's what I would like.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like as general as I can get on that. Like,
yeah.
And it sounds harsh, right? But like, I think it's important to understand the reality of the situation. And Twitch is doing their best to make this better. I want to outline that like they are doing things, right? And like stuff is happening. But that like it's not there yet. So that's what I would say.
Yeah.
If you want to be supportive, you can't just be supportive for 3 days. You have to be supportive always, right? It's like allyship and good or bad allyship. Like you can't just be an ally when it suits you.
Yeah, you have to do it all the time.
Yeah.
So Spaceship Taco has asked, if you had input into game design at a major game studio, what sort of things would you push for from an inclusion standpoint?
Please stop making games that are just some gravelly voiced white dude protagonist. I would love that. Just stop making those for a little while. I'd be okay if it came back after a little while, but just stop for a bit. Or give me an option. I would love just like a 2-character selector at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, give me games like Mass Effect where I can have boring white guy or Jennifer Hale, and I'll just always pick Jennifer Hale.
I mean, and that's all I'm saying. Like, that's it, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. I guess it's tricky because a lot of the time, my advice for anyone who's like designing games or writing fiction or making a tabletop game or whatever is to have like diversity readers.
Talk to the people that you are writing about.
This is something because I was on a panel at Comic-Con in London a couple weeks ago, and one of the questions was like I'm a cis guy and I'm making a game and I want to have a trans character in it. Like, what do I do? And I'm like, well, that's like way too big a question for me to answer in a panel. But like, come up with your idea and then go to trans people and say, this is the idea I have. Can you tear it to shreds for me and give me a better one? Kind of thing.
Yeah, that sounds totally fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Less Geralt's, more Aloys, please.
Yes.
And I mean, look at the critical acclaim. I'm just saying, you want critical acclaim? Maybe you should have a female protagonist, maybe forcibly.
Yeah.
It might work out for you.
You know what? I really want to see like a big AAA game that has a non-binary protagonist.
That won't happen.
Won't happen, but I want to see it.
It just won't because you have to explain what that means to like 90% of the people who want to play the game. And that's terrible. Yeah. Like blankly terrible, but I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, with that depressing ending, we did it, Ash.
Yeah, we're back. Okay. Do you want to do shout outs?
Oh yeah. Okay. I thought you were gonna take it right there, but I mean, I can go first. You just flub the segue. Why don't you? Come on, Ash. All right. Hi, friends. I'm Distracted Elf. You can find me at twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter at DistractedElf, where I am equally as full of hot takes. So cool. Ash.
Hi, I'm Ash. This is my channel. Thank you everyone for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can hit the follow button up over there somewhere. And you can watch me blow up robots because I'm a professional BattleTech streamer now, and that's what I do. Yeah. So I guess we'll be back in 2 weeks, and we'll try and work out how this front page stream will work.
We'll figure it out for you, and then we'll be there to enjoy it.
Yeah. With. So my slot is, I think it's 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Okay.
So it's an hour later than we normally would be.
I mean, that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll work that out and see what happens. Cool. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye friends.
Bye.